Okay, so I need to get this out of the way right now. Absolute Superman number 7 is absolutely insane. This might just be the best issue in the series so far. I'm not even joking. If you've been following the Absolute universe or you're just a fan of Superman lore in general, this one is going to hit you hard, and not just emotionally, but mentally and existentially. Why? Because this issue introduces us to this universe's version of Brainiac. And let me tell you, he's not the cold, calculating collector of civilizations we usually know. No, this version is dark, unhinged, tragic, and most importantly, absolutely horrifying. Let's break this down. The story opens in the middle of nowhere, the Nevada desert. A squad of elite soldiers known as Omega Soldiers is investigating what looks like a top-secret prison facility. Something is very wrong. The air is thick with tension. The place is abandoned, creepy, and then, boom, we meet him, Brainiac. But this isn't your average Brainiac with a metallic Spock-like demeanor and an obsession with cataloging knowledge. This Brainiac is a full-blown horror movie villain. The first glimpse we get of him in action sets the tone for the rest of the issue. One Omega soldier gets their skin shrunken right off their body. Another has their bones and muscles collapsed. It's grotesque, terrifying, and utterly brilliant. What the writers have done here is flip the entire Brainiac archetype. Instead of the usual clean, sterile, intellectual menace, this one is chaos in a bottle. Brutal, efficient, and so angry. After he makes his gruesome escape, we cut to Brainiac's lair. And if you thought the horror was over, think again. Inside, it's got one of the Omega soldiers captive, barely alive, mutilated, or clearly experimented on. Brainiac is trying to uncover one thing, the identity of Superman. And the way he goes about it, it's not just interrogations or mind-reading tech. No, he's ripping apart civilizations, literally. Remember the classic bottled cities that Brainiac collects? Those beautiful miniaturized worlds that he keeps in pristine condition. This Brainiac has them too, but his approach is pure madness. He's screaming at them, demanding answers. And when they can't give him what he wants, he smashes them. You can feel his insanity oozing from the page. He's not cold and logical like the Brainiacs we're used to. This guy is emotionally volatile, irrational, and worst of all, lonely. There's a terrifying sense of desperation in everything he does. He's not just trying to solve a mystery. He's trying to find meaning, trying to validate his own existence through this pursuit of Superman's identity. And then comes the gut punch. The story takes us back, way back, to Brainiac's origin. And buckle in because this part is wildly tragic. We meet him as just another drone, another discarded cog in the endless machine that is the Brainiac Collective. He's online, barely sentient, and his only function is to shovel waste. And what is this waste, you ask? Dead Brainiacs. Let that sink in. His entire purpose in life is to dispose of outdated or malfunctioning version of Brainiac one by one, shoveling them into a liquidator. No identity, no purpose, no companionship, just endless, monotonous disposal. He does this for years, alone, in silence. The only voices he hears are long dead echoes, the clank of metal, the splashing of the liquidator. It's so destroying stuff. And slowly, you begin to see what's happening to him. He's losing his mind. And I don't mean that lightly. This isn't some sci-fi trope about artificial intelligence going rogue. This is genuine, terrifying, psychological degradation. At one point, he encounters a dead Brainiac who isn't quite so dead. The two fight. He wins. And that victory, that spark of violence, it awakens something in him. A survival instinct, a hunger, a desire to be more. As the years drag on, he begins building his own collective. Not one made of other Brainiacs, but one that exists entirely in his mind. Conversations with himself, arguments with himself. He constructs a fantasy just to keep from going mad. And in doing so, he goes mad anyway. Then one day, the waste stops coming in. That's when everything changes. Curious and confused, our Brainiac leaves his station. For the first time, he wanders the ship. He finds chambers, long abandoned labs, the remnants of other Brainiacs frozen in stasis or broken beyond repair. And eventually, he finds it, the original Brainiac, dead. It's a jaw-dropping moment, like Hamlet discovering the skull of Yorick. There's a moment of silent awe, then calculation. He takes over the ship. He makes himself the prime Brainiac. It's hard not to feel a twinge of sympathy for him. He was born in darkness, buried in waste, left to rot with corpses, and now he's ascending it. He believes he has purpose. But the thing is that purpose is fueled by madness. It's the kind of villain origin that gives you chills, not because it's evil, but because it's understandable. It's what happens when someone is abandoned by their creators and left to fill the silence with their own screams. We return to the present timeline, and Brainiac is still monologuing to the poor soldier he's captured. But it's not a villain speech, it's a one-sided therapy session. He's grateful, genuinely thankful that someone listened to him. The problem is, the listener is strapped to a table, mutilated beyond recognition. So yeah, Brainiac is a certified psycho. He then calls upon what looks like the Brainiac Collective, a multiversal council of Brainiacs from across realities. And here's where things get even more interesting. He asks them, "Do you know anything about Superman?" Their response is disbelief, confusion. Some outright reject the idea that such a being could even exist. His power levels, his feats, their anomalies. Nothing in their data banks matches. But then, one of them speaks. One word, Krypton. That's when the room changes. The collective gets serious. That name triggers memories, long-lost data and connections. They begin to piece things together. The destruction of Krypton, the rocket, the last son of a dying world. It's a huge turning point. Finally, Brainiac has what he wants, information. But the moment they start questioning him, who he is, how he summoned them, what his authority is, he shuts it all down. Cuts the feed. Conversation over. It's giving major foreshadowing vibes. Are we heading toward a Brainiac war? Multiversal conflict? The idea of one mad Brainiac triggering a domino effect across the cosmos is kind of genius. Armed with the truth, Brainiac goes full mad scientist. He kills the soldier, of course, and immediately begins synthesizing something dangerous. Green kryptonite. If you're a Superman fan, you already know what that means. It's the one thing that can pierce his godlike invincibility. And now the most deranged, emotionally unstable Brainiac in existence has it. The tension just went through the roof. And just when you think the issue can't crank the horror up any further, the epilogue comes along and slaps you in the face. We see Brainiac again, but this time he's not torturing an Omega soldier. He's working on a peacemaker. And it's not just any experiment. He's literally replacing the soldier's insides, grafting tech into him, reshaping him into something new. It's subtle, but the implication is crystal clear. We're seeing the absolute universe version of Metallo being born. For those who don't know, Metallo is one of Superman's classic villains, a man with a kryptonite-powered heart and a body made of unrelenting metal. If this peacemaker is truly turning into that, then Superman is about to have a very bad day. I can't say this enough. Absolute Superman number 7 is phenomenal. It's dark, it's gritty, it's tragic, but more than anything, it's fresh. The way this issue reimagines Brainiac is nothing short of brilliant. He's not just a plot device or an alien threat. He's a fully fleshed out, disturbingly human character with layers of trauma, rage, loneliness, and delusion. It's honestly one of the best villain spotlights we've had in a long time, right up there with modern takes on characters like Lex Luthor or Thanos. And the writing, top tier. The art, creepy, grotesque, and beautiful in all the right ways. Every panel drips with tension. every scene adds depth. It's like watching a psychological horror movie set in space, only with Superman lurking somewhere in the shadows, just out of reach. We don't even see Superman in this issue, and yet his presence is felt in every scene. That's how you know a story is doing its job right. Now all that's left is the showdown. Brainiac has kryptonite, he has a new weapon in the making, and he's got all the madness in the universe driving him forward. Superman better bring his A game. That's it for today's deep dive. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more Absolute Universe content, and drop a comment. What do you think of this version of Brainiac? Creepy, tragic, both. See you in the next one.